Hi, this is John Waters, and you're listening to Two True Freaks. Keep on listening, or I'll have you killed.
Welcome to Next Generation's First Generation, where Patrick Delmore and Sasha Shouties take a look back into their favorite childhood show, Star Trek The Next Generation. This is where we attempt to reconcile how we felt as children watching the show and looking back as old farts now in our late 30s, almost 40s. We're in the middle of the 1988 production break of TNG, so in the meantime, we'll be providing commentary for films released during that time which were near and dear to our hearts. Season 2 episodes will return November 21st, 2018, so until then, please enjoy Shore Leave with us. Hello and welcome to a very special episode of Next Generation's First Generation. This is our last episode of Shore Leave series. We will be coming back to normal broadcast on November 21st with The Child. And we are really excited to get into this new season. A lot of good stuff, a lot of fresh concepts. And honestly, we just had a lot of fun with the second season. So we hope you do too. Today, we are reviewing Hairspray, and we'd like to make a really quick comment that we do live next door to a fire station, and they provide compulsory commentary from time to time, which means you may hear a siren or two, or a honk, or you never know with the fire station being next door. So, in this track, you will hear at least one siren wail. And when you do, we ask that you have moderation and patience. And we hope that you enjoy the rest of this program. And that is all. Have a great day.
Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the final episode of Shore Leave. We're going to be watching John Waters' 1988 classic, Hairspray.
Ooh.
All about Baltimore in 1962 and the music that they danced to. It's a smaller group this time. With me, as always, is Sasha Shouties.
Hello!
And Alex is back.
Yoo-hoo!
And Alex, you've never seen Hairspray before, right?
No.
Okay. So we will be doing some narration. I think that was... we started this project with just me, Sasha, and Alex doing Adventures in Babysitting. And I actually think that turned out really well, kind of, narrating the movies that went along. So that's what's going to happen, this time. Sasha and Jem and I watched this a month ago or so.
Yeah, just about.
Yeah, it's just kind of in preparation. If I'd had time yesterday, I would have watched it again, but... Let's take a look at John Waters' probably his cleanest movie. We have it on the screen and sound options screen, and I'm going to hit enter over where it says resume film in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
So you said this took setting in 1962, right?
Yep.
So the film is pretty much about how pop culture and integration and just a lot of changes in the American social scene.
Yes.
So this was during the Civil Rights Movement in
Correct.
1962. So this is while Martin Luther King was active.
Mm-hmm.
Not to mention all the other folks. Because none of us in the room were alive at the time, we can only guess what it was like to live in that time.
I mean, Baltimore, where this takes place, is a heavily segregated city.
Dad's about that old. So
And not legally segregated, but certainly, segregated it by just attitudes.
Well, let's see. This was what? Did you say 62?
Yep.
Well, my mother was born in 57, so she would have been 5 years old.
55.
Where was she living at the time?
She was living in Germany at the time. But I'm just trying to get an idea of so these children here, who I imagine are in high school.
Yes, they are the dancers on the Corny College show.
They would be, in their 80s now.
70s, more
70s.
Yeah. Mid to late 70s. Because we're looking at 56 years ago. So if you're imagining, yeah, about they're in their 70s.
So we have a dance, a dance club.
Well, it's not a dance club. It's a show. It's a show it's like a local version of American Bandstand.
Okay, and so people are just.
Oh, so that's Ricky Lake.
Yep.
No,
that is not Ricky Lake.
Oh, okay.
But she's laying on the hairspray. Good dance moves though.
Yeah,
that's pretty good.
I can't do that.
Oh, she is stuffing her bra.
That is such a middle school thing to do. It doesn't work if you don't jiggle, though.
It looks fake.
Yeah, you'd be better off with corn syrup and water, I believe, is the trick.
Corn syrup and water? No,
yeah.
What's that trick? I don't know.
I think you have to put it in a water balloon. If you want to make fake boobs, you gotta do it with corn syrup and water in a balloon. And, insert it in your bra. That was before they started doing those silicone inserts for your bra, or the kind that have the padding made out of it. Those are a bitch to clean, by the way. I was going to try cleaner.
Now, this guy here reminds me of someone from West Side Story, actually. One of the actors.
Ugh.
What are you thinking of?
I can't, without bringing it up, it reminds me of a younger version of the love interest.
Oh, Russ Tamblyn.
Yes. Thank you.
Who is still very much alive.
Oh, Amber, she's cheating.
Yeah.
This guy is just in love with his hairspray.
And I hated the retro hair stuff they did back then. Not only is it...
Well, it wasn't retro back then.
Well,
But
you couldn't touch any of it because you'd fuck it up, and it was, crispy and greasy, and it would catch fire if you got too close to shit.
There was a huge...
And everybody smoked back then.
Yeah.
There was a huge resurgence of 50s culture in the 70s and 80s, more in the 70s because of Happy Days.
I was aware of that when I was a child. I'm like, why is the 50s cool? I don't get it.
It was 30 years ago.
Oh, now what's the name of this actor here?
This is Divine.
Divine, and Divine was...
They went by, I believe they used female pronouns, so Divine would have been a she, even though she was a drag queen, and you will see her out as a male in this movie as well.
My God, what great boobs!
Oh yeah,
huge tracts of land.
They're pillows.
Mm-hmm.
And we got to see Ricky Lake, who I think just did an amazing job in this movie.
Yeah, that's Ricky Lake there dancing, the chubbier girl.
With the bow in her hair.
Now my good friend Liz, this was one of her favorite movies, and she liked to dance with her friend to the movie after school.
I love the painted eyebrows.
Yeah,
just absolutely.
My next door neighbor had tattooed on eyebrows like that.
Oh,
Mrs. Logison.
Somebody I went to high school with shaved hers and put on glitter glue ones, though. Very uncomfortable, but very pretty.
You never want to shave your eyebrows because they grow back weird.
Yeah, a guy I went to high school with, Skylar, shaved his off as a bet, but it looked really weird, not only because that looks weird in general, but he used to do this thing every Friday just for fun. He'd dress up like a hobbit. So it was like a no eyebrow hobbit, which was really gross.
Oh.
And he had a little cherub face, so it was like the trifecta of weirdness.
So we can see where Ricky Lake's character, she has taken inspiration from this young lady's hair.
Yeah.
Yeah, there we go.
Oh, my God. How can you see around that?
Well, everybody's
Gravy!
In 1988, hair was that big again. It was just styled a little bit differently.
Oh, that's why they called them hair bands.
Ugh.
Yeah.
At least the music was... Well, depends on the band, but some of it was good.
I do have to find it interesting. This is something I've never been able to understand. That when they're filming movies with the dance scene, they don't play the music.
Correct.
and you just have to dance to the time.
Well, it's funny because, as we're watching this, of course, we're watching it with no music.
Yeah.
So other than that, we're not hearing their feet hit the floor as they move, in a silent room. It is very similar to what the kids are hearing.
I wonder why they wouldn't play the music.
Also, why is that bitch criticizing her because of her boobs?
Oh, because they're high school and on TV.
Oh, who cares?
There's Patty Pinkle.
Everybody's
Oh,
wearing
Patty's
makeup,
great.
even though
I know.
that's not their real face anyway.
The Dewtones.
I found it really interesting that this is kind of a good application of local television.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Because you don't see local television anymore, where you put on a show, people will call in, and here they send them a telegram of what they want. The modern equivalent to texting, hey, I want to see these two dance.
We had over here, and this was about a little bit short of 20 years ago, we have our local NBC affiliate, which is King, and then they got a cable channel called Kong.
Yeah, that's right. King
and
Kong.
It had like weird like syndicated talk shows, like the Martin Short Show was on there.
Weird.
Now this is not the Jiminy Glick Show. This was like right before the Jiminy Glick Show, but it was a talk show that Martin Short hosted. It was the weirdest thing. People in the future will not understand. Saturday Night Live last night did a sketch about the podcast awards, which I would have shared, but it was all the jokes were about ASMR and true crime. All ratted up. Oh, mother, you're so 50s.
Plus, you're doing your hair right now.
Yeah.
I see those pinned up ringlets.
Yeah, Jackie Kennedy, our first lady. Tracy ain't no first lady, no siree. She's
a hair hopper.
That's what she is. My diet pill is wearing off. Yeah.
Mother's little helpers.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's got some attitude. I like her.
Yeah.
They really did a good job casting her for this role. Why did they chose to do that?
Because she was John Waters' biggest star. And basically that's meant that the role of Edna Turnblatt has been played by a man in drag every time that it's been done again. Harvey Fierstein did it in the Broadway show, and in the movie it was John Travolta.
They're just gonna think it stands for her name, dumbass.
I know. Penny Bingle is punished. I love the picture of her mother. I didn't notice that other one was the servicemen, and she's all like super like sweet, young looking.
There we go. We're at the television station with the mob. We're introducing our, I wouldn't say villain, but definitely she's a plot motivator. This young lady here.
Yes.
So if you haven't caught on already, there's a competition where she wants to be the matriarch, the queen of this dance show.
I love that, like, really there's like one fan for each actor or each dancer on the show. It's not a huge crowd.
You know, you can rent paparazzi crowds to follow you around.
And those girls you paid to scream are just great. I didn't pay any girls to scream. Huh?
Did you see that episode of The Simpsons where they have a hired morning service?
Yes.
Oh, William!
And the mother is Debbie Harry.
This guy
Dude, it's broad daylight, you whore!
Oh, she's got a crater! She's freaking out over her appearance. Have you ever met anybody like that?
No.
Yeah.
It's quite uncomfortable to be around. Oh, wow, look at Divine's
Don't
picture
touch
there.
the hair!
That's pretty good. Born in 1945 in Baltimore.
Yep. I remember when she passed away.
Wow, March 7th, 1988. 42. Wow.
Okay, maybe I don't remember
She
when
just
she
said
passed
the
away.
C word. The other C word.
Capris?
Colored.
Oh, yeah.
Bleh.
Oh, yeah. Have you not seen this, Alex? This
No.
your first go-through? Okay. There's going to be a lot of that.
Yeah.
Just to
it
warn
doesn't
you.
offend me, but it's like, it bugs me when old people still say shit like that, and my mom's like, yeah, they're from a different generation. That does not give you carte blanche to say shit like that.
You know, there's a person in my community group who every time they reference somebody, they say, oh, that black guy down the street? And I'm like, he has a name.
My mom accidentally
Yeah.
says the word Oriental sometimes, and I have to tell her it's Asian, and she gets all pissed off at me. I'm like, you're supposed to be a hippie, you're supposed to be down with this, so stop giving me the stink eye every time I correct you in public.
Aha, pronoun
It's
trouble.
mean.
Oh,
I
that's
need
simple.
to see this!
That's so nice of her to pop pimples.
She's wearing latex gloves, Steve. Okay, let me ask you guys real quick.
Alright.
Has your loved one, as your significant other, ever asked you to do that?
Hells no.
I cannot
some
imagine.
guy on the first date, I spent the night with him, he asked me to do that to something on his back.
Oh, that's slow.
Yeah, I'm
Holy
like,
cow.
I do not do that. Needless to say, that didn't work out. But still, ew!
That's quite disgusting.
How dare you? I'm not a popper.
That's
I'm not that kind of girl. I don't pop things. What's wrong with you?
So-
I thought you were nice. I came here because you were nice and you asked me to pop something.
That's
So-
like shitting with the door open on your first date. You just don't do it.
It's like, how many
that's
times
a
do you
third
have
date
to...
shit, yeah.
Yeah, how often do you have to date someone
Unless
before you
you've
can
got
fart
the flu,
around them?
because shit's gonna happen.
So there's Sonny Bono. He's Katrina's dad.
So here's something interesting. The release
Or
date...
Amber's dad, Amber Von Tussle.
They released this film early
Is she
in,
still wearing
in Baltimore
gloves?
only. I don't know
Yeah.
if you knew that or not.
Well, because
Ew.
that's... What's his name? Waters'
Oh
place.
no, she's not. Still, you should watch her.
So it was really sad. So just a few weeks after this released is when Divine died.
Oh, that is really sad.
Yeah.
I think her career would have skyrocketed after this.
Yeah, she died of an enlarged heart.
Oh.
No.
Kind of makes me wonder what other work she's been in.
Pretty much all John Waters stuff. But she trained, before she died, she trained the actress that did the voice of, what's-her-face? Ursula, kind of how to speak.
She dressed as a drag version of Jackie Kennedy.
Huh.
Wow. You know, she could probably train Ursula in a few things.
Yeah.
There's a lot of similarities there. The big presence.
Yeah, that was the whole idea, is that they wanted Ursula to kind of be a drag queen.
There's actually a really good... Now, I forget which comedian does this. He actually talks about all the Disney villains. Ursula's one of them. He's talking about Ursula, a big brassy dykes. I've got long drapey tits with no babies on them. And 6 tentacles attached to my pussy. That's
Yuck.
1 tentacle for each time. We're all getting fucked up.
Oh my
Everybody
goodness.
gets drunk when you're partying with Ursula.
Well, I'm glad that they can label the show explicit on the Freaks Network. So we just saw that this place where the show's going on is segregated. The cops would not allow 2 black teenagers to come in and dance.
Yes.
Aww.
The hottest tune of the day that started right here in Baltimore.
I think that at least the teenagers would be more down with that kind of stuff.
And where did
know?
you see it first, kids? The Corny Collins Show.
Well, so here's the interesting thing. This group of teenagers wants to be popular, want to fit in,
Yeah.
get really excited about advancing their social status
Yeah.
through dance
Yeah.
and pop culture.
But the most popular bands are multicultural, so
That is
you think
true.
they'd be more accepting.
Well, they were not. There were very few bands that were multicultural at this time. It was a black band or a white band.
Well, you know what I mean.
Yeah, I do.
If you like their music, you should be going along with that, Otherwise, you're just kind of being a douche about
Here
it.
comes Tracy doing the Madison.
She's gonna get super famous and piss off her mom, huh?
Oh, yeah. Tracy is going to steal the show right here in this scene.
So they gave her a daytime talk show because of this movie.
Because of the film.
Yeah, this
Wow.
is what made Ricky Lake famous. And it ran for a good long time.
She really carries herself like... What I like about Ricky is that the smile seems sincere.
Yeah.
The interaction. You can tell that she's really along for the ride of what's happening in the moment.
Mm-hmm.
At least that's the good symbol, good sign of acting.
Yes.
Doesn't feel like she's running through the lines, is that she's living the lines.
I can't believe they're all so into this without any music, though.
Yeah.
That would just mess me up.
Well, you can tell there's some of the rows are out of sync.
But that's how it really would be. Back then, they weren't like, let's get, a bunch of kids that are all like of this exact same level of attractive, that are all really good dancers, that have been raised since they were 3 years old to be able to do this stuff.
This could be a flashback scene in Glee, actually.
Yeah, since I didn't ever really watch Glee, I don't know how much they played with Hairspray, but the movie came out while Glee was on.
They could have.
Yeah, well, probably did.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, dude, stop staring at my mom's boobs.
It's never a Gleer.
Well,
I don't know what Glee fans are called. Gleers? Gleers?
I don't know anybody that actually likes Glee, and I'm sorry, I'm not being a poser about that kind of stuff. I'm literally way too old for that shit.
I only
32.
like Glee in the first season, 2 seasons.
Ah.
And then the shows just started getting weird,
See, I
like
didn't
most
even watch
shows
it
do.
then.
Yeah. Well, now that they are announcing that they're going to do...
Ah,
Yeah.
dude!
That's right. We just saw the word Negro. So the reason is that he's introducing a guest to come and make an announcement about a dance that they're doing. And this woman here, I didn't catch her name.
Motormouth Maybell.
That's right.
She is a DJ, and she also owns a record
I
store.
guess it's just her wig. I thought she had a fake tan going on for a second.
No.
So this is her presence on the show is kind of, symbolic to what America was doing to race relations.
Yeah.
Who'd say, well, we'll pretend that we're integrating by letting our token person in and doing their thing, but we're really not going to accept the masses. And you'll actually see later in the film, Motormouth changes her position and says, you know what? Screw this. Everybody come on in.
Oh, they also talk about this on the Cinema Snob, by the way.
Oh, yeah.
We covered a lot of rocksploitation movies back in the day that did similar things.
Rocksploitation.
Yeah, like Rock Around the Clock. He had like 5 or 6 titles that were like black and white and did this kind of thing where everybody's dancing. You have to raise money for the X, Y, and Z kind of thing.
Now,
I like that they have
against the man.
These are like real teenagers, like having a really good time. Josh Charles, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Josh Charles.
Yeah. Oh, so they got voted out.
Yeah.
So Motormouth is walking around and just kicking out the people who don't dance well.
Yeah, she's the judge of this one.
Oh, there's only 2 left.
Look at him go. I mean, that. He's like, do I look at her head or look right at her mouth? I don't know.
Who that age still has pigtails?
At like 15 in the.
She does not look 15.
That's about how old she was.
Here we go. We're going to announce the winner.
And,
Who's it going to be, Motormouth?
15, even, that's by today's standards. I don't know anybody who's 15 who would still love pigtails, for God's sakes.
The applause-o-meter. I love this thing. They stole that from the Paramount set.
Whoop, 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 whoop. You suck!
Hey, all right. And they're going to break the needle. Whoa.
Let's stick
So
it to
she's a
your
little
white
upset
trash
because
mom.
her empire is starting to crumble right here. It's like,
Pardon.
wait a minute. I'm not loved anymore. And Ricky's just so happy. Now, what's the name of the boyfriend? Did we get his name?
Friender.
Friender?
Yeah.
He just looks like one of the guys from the Stray Cats.
Would you
were
wanna,
a hugely popular band at this time.
Would you want to name...
My mom still has
Would
the
you want a
CD.
friend named Friender?
Maybe. If they're a good friender.
I think that's a title they actually used in Futurama. Friender.
There's Bender. Frender's Bender? Bender's Friender?
Yeah, it's when Bender screws up his balancing thing and Fry locks himself in his compartment and like squishes out all of his limbs into his body to like weigh him down so he stops jiggling everywhere. He's like, okay, you, me, and then walking across the surface.
Hey, she found another guy.
Friender.
They're dancing to town.
Stop grabbing your ass! Oh my god!
Look at all these kids.
I know.
They're like, ooh, I get to touch
You're
him.
on TV. Quit grabbing her butt.
Well, see, I wonder, I don't think this is filmed right here. They're not broadcasting.
No, it's a party. It's a party that they invited all the kids to.
Well,
Yeah.
then rock on.
They would have been, if they were.
To watch this.
Yeah, we haven't seen a camera, but if they were
Don't
filming, they would have
judge
been
me.
selective about who they were shooting. The other thing is, it's like these kids are probably none of them are sexually active at all.
Yeah.
So it's like doing this is the closest you get.
Yeah. I wouldn't know because I'm not back then, because I don't know what anybody does in a car on Lover's Lane, like back in the day.
In Lover's Lane nowadays, they shoot heroin. I love this.
That's a Captain Kirk kiss.
You're
right there.
Her nose.
Just tip your head back and just mash your face against her face.
I like that.
Playing
that's all cheek
tonsil
and nose.
hockey for sure.
And then a Klingon fell on my head.
Hey,
you'd go into a coma.
This is great. I like this. Unfortunately, you're gonna cry when they see why they expel the middle girl.
Why are they line dancing?
Oh, they're auditioning to be on the dance crew?
Oh, sorry. I thought this was... Well, they're not wearing boots, but it's practically line dancing.
How can they do that in heels? That's just
I know.
crazy.
If you get drunk enough and you have good motility, as long as it's, like, below 4 inches, because anything above is asking for trouble.
Yeah.
I clean, like, hooker kind of length shoes at work.
Hooker length shoes?
Yeah, like stripper hooker kind of shoes that are like way too tall and have a bunch of spikes on them.
I think those are called come fuck me boots.
Yeah, you can only like shuffle like grandma 4 feet and then like fall into bed. And that's it. Those are honeymoon shoes.
Alright, Penny.
That camera's right in her ear hole. What are you trying to accomplish?
Okay, so she's being questioned to see if she can be on the show.
Well, they don't want her to flub on the air.
I
have you ever gone
never
steady?
nor currently am a communist.
Yeah.
Aw. They're voting her off.
How many sweaters?
And they all have peas on them.
Yeah.
That is funny how her
Penny
mom...
Pingleton is punished, yeah.
Do you think that was a trope to the Scarlet Letter?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, probably. But what the fuck did she do? She went over to her friend's house a little too late. Who gives a shit?
So there we go.
You!
She wants to be integrated.
Ugh.
And, you know, they don't want that.
Can you relate to Leslie Gore's music?
Sunshine, lollipops.
Oh, man.
Dance with Lawrence Welk if I have to.
You know, she looks like she could have been on Star Trek.
Wasn't very hip.
I could see her in a gold uniform. Alright, here we go.
And they're all making fat faces at her.
I'd be proud too.
You're just jealous I have more of what you need. Tit! Yep. Come on. Don't give me shit.
Would you ever swim in an integrated swimming pool? What the heck?
I certainly would.
She's a modern girl. I'm all for integration. Aren't you a little fat for the show?
Don't give me any of that bullshit.
You know, this definitely looks like it's
pleasantly plump.
Definitely run by high schoolers here.
Yep.
Oh, please. Like, there's not chubby high schoolers. Even, especially back then in the 1960s, there was, like, butter and jello and wieners on every meal of the day. Oh, and Tang. Just so much sugar.
Yeah. That was good on Corey there for reining her in.
Yeah.
I don't know if you saw that.
Yeah,
but
corny.
He was like, you gotta stop this.
Yeah.
Yeah. Kick that skinny bitch out.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Miss Edna, really your daughter's a star.
Really weird graffiti.
Well, because it's a joke shop.
Yeah.
It's not graffiti. It's the design.
Okay.
It's the design. So if you're walking along there, you know that you're getting close to the joke shop.
He needs a sign or something.
He's got a sign, but it's like if you're down the block, you don't necessarily see it.
Okay.
All right. Penny's gonna go upstairs and show Miss Devine that her daughter is on television.
Oh, please stop.
Did poor Debbie Reynolds have a nervous breakdown?
Broad daylight. I'm sitting in front of a TV. I think this is a good way to show that you've made it on TVs, to show your parents a live broadcast. Who's the dad?
Jerry Stiller from Seinfeld.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say he looked really familiar.
And he used to back then he was famous for being part of the comedy duo Stiller and Mira.
Right.
Ann Mira. He was Jewish and she was Catholic, and the jokes came from that.
Ah. You get a lot of jokes out of that.
Duke of Earl. Oh, look, it's Tracy.
Yeah.
She's so pretty.
They're like, oh my god.
She's all
peroxided up. Yeah, you're gonna need a hot oil treatment because that looks crispy.
Well, that's one way to dye your hair is peroxide.
Ooh. No, I did that once.
Your daughter's a star. I'm surprised Penny's not there at the studio.
She might not be allowed to be.
Yeah. There she goes. She's dancing with Freund? No, Freund? What was his name? Friender, that's right. Oh man, she is just so happy for her friend. Look at that face.
Yeah.
She's got like the crazy eyes.
I'm surprised she's not more confident.
And all of a sudden,
herself.
Divine's okay with this because she's getting attention.
Yeah.
For it. It's like, oh, hey, I'm capitalizing on the attention that my daughter's creating. Meanwhile, the parents are there, and they're angry.
Yeah.
Because her daughter can no longer get attention.
Amber's parents were very upset.
Oh, we get another fax.
You're gonna have to marry early and start a crappy fashion line, bitch.
Okay, so now I challenge both of you to tie a length of rope with just your pinky toes.
Depending on the person, that could be really cute.
So now she is on the council.
About it.
Merville High.
Yay! Oh, she's so happy. Well, Tracy, someone out there likes you. Please have the new girl lead a lady's choice. That's my dance!
God, I'm gonna have to develop a personality and get a job.
Oh, there are plenty of people out there who have jobs and no personality.
She could be one of those chicks in a showroom just touching.
So Penny is talking to the television, trying to say hi to Penny. Alright, Tracy.
Yeah.
Oh, she's gonna pick the boyfriend.
Yep.
And make her super jealous.
All
the guys.
I love all the guys are totally down with it.
Well, she's the most popular chick right now.
And she's got tits up to here.
Like mother, like daughter.
Oh, yeah, really. You think she'd be a smidge more confident or
I don't,
you know?
I know this is going to come out sounding weird, but right now, for sure, it's personality.
Yeah.
I mean, I want to hang out with someone like Tracy here.
Yeah.
Because she seems so warm and bubbly.
Yeah, it's like Pam on Archer. She's awesome because she's the most confident. Also, she used to be in a fight club, and that's pretty badass.
Oh, yeah.
She's like, how are you not dead right now? Well, she's getting the shit beaten out of her by her kidnapper. She's like, how do you think I paid for college? There's a fight club in a basement somewhere, and they're covering up a dead body with a sheet. Sorry about your homie.
Did she just rip off a promise ring there?
Yes.
Ooh.
Oh.
Look at him mug for the
XC.
camera.
Oh, boy. Her life is over.
What's high yellow?
High yellow is black passing for white.
Ooh.
Yeah. Which I did not know. I actually had to be told by
So that's like
by
old school version of Wigger.
Yeah.
That's news to me. I don't think I've heard that one before.
I had never heard the expression before either.
Maybe
Yeah,
we
you
should
can
Google it.
you can look it up, Sasha. It was actually Amanda who was on an earlier episode that told me that, because we were talking about there are some people that consider the later iterations of this to be kind of explicitly racist.
Was it more racist in later releases?
It puts buttons on things that buttons are not on in this. This is pretty much just like this happens and this happens and then
It's a product of the
Yeah.
times.
yeah.
This is watered down for public broadcast.
Yeah, this is for John Waters. This was a very, very clean movie. But he had made his reputation already, so people were not looking forward to seeing this. I had a friend who, because we really liked John Waters movies in high school. He did a really funny movie with Eddie Furlong called Pecker.
His other stuff.
And I was over, and I knew my friend had seen this, but I'd forgotten that his parents were scarily religious. So I'm over there talking to him about something that happened in the movie Pecker, and he's like, "I'm afraid I've never seen a movie with that title."
I'm sorry, but anybody with scarily religious parents still does shit behind their back. My cousin, his second dad was a pastor. My cousin Rebecca got knocked up on her parents' bed, and my cousin Ethan had a copy of American Pie, American Wedding, I believe, with the strippers in it and the naked boobies.
Oh, jeez.
Hidden under a gap beneath his bed on the
That's
floor.
so sad. It's like a regular movie that really doesn't have anything in it.
Yeah.
He's gonna hide it under.
I really like this scene here.
It is.
This is neat. She's recognized for being a celebrity, and so she gets a sponsorship where she gets new outfits. All right, now here's this guy. Now we know this guy too, the salesman.
Yeah, he's been in stuff.
I think it's absolutely tragic that they have donuts on display there.
That's how he keeps the customer base the size that.
Oh, that's crooked.
Oh, that
then,
took me a minute.
yeah.
And was like, you have all the other girls making fun of you for being big, but there are other girls in your school district that are big. Like, look around. But yeah, that's actually what this store is about.
Yes.
Those are some terrible dresses back there.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, there's a wedding commission store in Garland and Spokane that's kind of like this.
You know, with the colors that this is shot in,
But it's retro.
I wonder if it would translate really well into black and white.
It might, yeah.
Because those are exactly the colors they would use. Like, if you've ever seen a color picture of the Munsters set.
Yeah, the Addams Family.
Yeah. Oh, that's what I mean. Yeah.
Because the Munsters was in color.
I actually think Divine would look better in black and white unless she's in one of her really pretty outfits. I forget what the other movie is where she's holding the gun.
Oh, Pink Flamingos.
Yeah, because she has a lot of awesome makeup on, but she's got a totally, what's her name? Morticia Adams hair kind of going on right now.
Yeah. Oh, now they're going to get their hair did and the nails done.
Oh god, how are they going to change it? Well, I know hers is
they come out
practically
looking
fried
great.
right now.
Here we go.
No, hers is practically the same.
It is the same. No, her mom got the makeover. She got a beehive.
Yeah, that's a little better. It's a lot less greasy looking.
Welcome to the 60s, Mama. Meanwhile, on the school bus... I was really shocked by this scene, how they basically put her in remedial education
Oh, I know.
for
Having
being
her
obnoxious.
Hair. It's funny, though. That's because her hair is so big, I can't see over.
I actually went through something like this in high school, and I'm pretty sure the chick behind me was being racist. I can't see. You could sit in front of me, bitch, but you never do. And then one day I cut it all off to spite her, so she couldn't say shit anymore.
And that's why you still have short hair. Yeah.
No, I did cut it off, and I realized it's more convenient to keep it as short as possible, because you can't get mats in it, and you don't have to gel it in the morning or anything like that. Well, my mom flipped her shit. She's like, you had such pretty hair! You were such a good girl, I don't know why you're doing this!
This is very much a Ferris Bueller school right here.
Yeah.
I actually attended science class in a room kind of like this. The color scheme's kind of fucking with me because of it. I'm like, if they dissect frogs right now, I'm gonna have flashbacks.
So here we are. So what? Now, why was this girl kicked out? Oh, we don't know.
Hickey?
But we understand family.
Yeah.
Yep. Mama's getting punchy with their kids. Bueller. Ferris. Bueller. Turnblad. Come on, Tracy. What did you do wrong?
If he can't see over my hair, he should sit in the front. Don't give me that scarlet bullshit.
Now, this is back in the time when they actually did have a dress code.
Yeah.
So I'm surprised they wouldn't call that out.
I'm sorry. Nobody gives a shit about their hairdo. It's always about how long your skirt is, which is sexist and shit to begin with.
Yeah, one-way ticket to reform school.
Yeah.
You change your homeroom.
Do you ever realize that those dress codes have nothing to do with the guys, but always have to do with the chicks? Because you can't go distracting the guys.
Oh, did you see that? Oh, she used the R word.
Oh.
That would have not passed today.
No.
Yeah. So, a lot has changed for the R word in the last 30 years.
Yep.
It is no longer...
Yeah, for the longest time it was like, no, that is the medically accepted term.
Mm-hmm.
So it should be fine to say, yeah.
She's adopted. Wow, they're just pulling out all the stunts.
And why is that a bad thing? It means her parents actually wanted her because they picked her out of a big group of kids. You're just the bitch they ended up with.
I love how these guys look really psychotic, but they pull it together as soon as the teacher comes in.
Reading Mad Magazine.
Oh, yeah.
Is she supposed to?
Begin drill on time.
No.
Stay in my seat and shut up.
Is this remedial or detention?
It's remedial.
Okay.
So this is one of those classes where they put all the troublemakers.
Yeah.
Okay.
So she's got the moves, so she ain't gonna be bullied around by them. Oh, there's a teacher.
Okay, what are you learning? Well, at least they're well behaved enough to sit down.
Miss Shipley. Miss Shipley does not look happy.
Nope.
Yeah, nobody did this in my high school, by the way.
The pledge? Oh, yeah.
No, we had to do the pledge.
We only did it during assemblies.
We're gonna just slap her chest.
But we'd just sit down and read while this was going on because it was finally optional.
The shimmy shimmy Cocoa Pop. And there we go. Apparently the homeroom does gym together, which seems a little strange.
And thank God they don't make us wear skirts anymore. It's so impractical.
It's another class.
Ugh.
Back when the track team, or the track classes wore uniforms.
Oh, I forgot about this. Special education's turn at the dodgeball tournament.
Oh, jeez.
They actually
There's nothing to laugh about. This special ed teacher doesn't seem to really love her students.
Well, she's...
Of course, the joke is no teacher ever loved their students.
Yeah.
That was...
Well,
And they just
She's
laugh
just
at them.
remedial, not special ed. Wouldn't special ed have physical disabilities, not just learning disabilities?
Now, this must be an integrated school.
Yeah.
Okay.
But again,
all the black kids
are in
remedial,
special, yeah.
Which is really mean.
Yeah. Was not unheard of, though.
Well, they systematically tried to keep folks behind if they didn't match their Aryan ideals, which is really offensive. Well, this is a really sloppy game of dodgeball.
So we found out that the one kid's mother is Motor Beth Maybell, who it turns out is not a fan of the idea of having Negro Day on the show because it's a form of segregation.
Yes. It's that tall, lanky kid. And Penny falls in love with him.
Aww.
Wow.
Oop, right in the face. That happened to me during basketball.
Actually, I think that's really cool that they used the R word in the form of an insult there just to show how ugly it was.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's, hey, all right. It's progressive after all.
Mm-hmm. No, this was a pretty progressive movie. This was the example of why people were like, well, Beetlejuice was 1988, and that's just the way it was. And it's like, well, actually, Hairspray came out in 1988, right before Beetlejuice.
Oh, she got her ring! Look at that! They're hooked up! She is...
Yeah.
She is very happy.
I feel... she has to wear that to bed to keep her hair nice.
Oh, yeah.
What a pain in the ass.
Oh, hairdos are complicated.
Oh no, my grandma used to do the same thing all the time. I could not sleep in curlers to save my life. It just itched too much. It's like when you get pierced for the first time.
So they're dancing. I wonder how many hours of dancing they had to do for this.
It's a good...
Hefty Hideaway. Oh, okay, they're doing the commercial. So she's got to dance her way off the set.
She's not going to call them on that bullshit?
No.
Ugh. At least they're not talking about boobs anymore.
Well, no, the Hefty Hideaway, she's got to go to her sponsorship. So somehow she landed her sponsor for this show, and so she tries on a dress.
So they're actually talking about the store. I thought they were being mean.
No, the name of the store is Hefty Hideaway.
Hello, Hideaway, come on. Oh.
I would not eat something that color. I did a show at a vegan birthday party, and there was a cake that looked like it was made out of plastic.
Oh, wow.
And
fondant.
I don't know if it was fondant or what, but I mean, it was the whole cake was like that, and it was so gross.
Ugh. The thing that gets me is that I bet a lot of you have actually ate this stuff. Whenever they make like a specialized milkshake at like Burger King or whatever, if it has the Peeps in it or any other special dye, your poop's going to be rainbow colored.
Gross.
It's really messed up. A lot of people weren't expecting it, and they ran to their doctors thinking they were bleeding.
And this has been the poop section of the podcast, ladies and gentlemen. Brought to you by
It's a John Waters film. There's going to be poop in it.
Oh, she's a celebrity now. Everybody, and they stop in front of the Hefty Hideaway.
Yeah.
So she's now a role model for fat chicks.
That means somebody everyone knows.
Hey.
Recognize my legs, my teeth, boobs, and nose. Just like the song. And
they're going to Cherry Hill. So they're going to be going to the other side of the tracks.
Yeah.
And this mom is absolutely hilarious.
Yes, she is. She was played by Allison Janney in the movie.
So she's stalking her own daughter because Penny is positively punished.
Yeah. And
we can't have her. So they're basically going to the segregated side of town. And you see all these caricatures here and stereotypes.
Well, both sides of town are the segregated side.
True, yeah.
Yeah, they're just in the area where the black community lives.
Ugh.
This
And
woman, she freaks out at every little thing.
Very similar to the woman in The Color Purple, that the mayor's wife or whatever, that messes with Oprah so bad where she's just terrified of black people.
So did they really do this in record stores in the 60s?
I am sure that they did.
Yeah?
Those posters are great.
They did it in Empire Records, but that's the film.
So I've never seen Empire Records all the way through, and the reason is because it was like the favored movie of my Catholic youth group when I was a kid. I always had to watch Empire Records.
Really?
Yeah.
Even with the nudie scene?
Yeah, I would just go in the other room and read a book.
Yeah, you didn't miss much. It was kind of like a movie of the week thing you'd see on public TV.
I could see Jake from the Blues Brothers busting in
Absolutely.
here and dancing along with them.
It's not Chicago, but it'll do.
It will. Very much so. What was the other brother? Elroy? No.
Elwood.
Elwood. Jake and Elwood. That film came out just about the same time, didn't it?
A little bit before, like 8 years. I want to say Blues Brothers is 1980.
Okay.
Teach these white children how to do the bird.
These kind of look like
everybody knows it's about the bird. Bird.
That's surfing bird.
Bird is the word. Oh.
Yeah. Which I think did exist at this time, but no, they're not dancing to surfing bird.
So here's this one just
doing
completely
this olive oil
out.
routine.
Yeah.
God, this is so...
Take all my money. Just don't hurt me.
Oh, did you see the Oblongs version of this? It's
I don't remember it, so it's so long since I've watched the Oblongs.
I love how he just
It's
takes
like-
out what he needs and gives her back the rest.
Pristine was like in the ghetto. She's like, take all you want, just don't follow me. He's like,
Yep.
no question for me, ma'am. I'm as gay as springtime.
She's terrified that the police officer is black.
Oh, God.
It's really funny because she plays the stereotype of the scared white woman so well. And that was really another powerful symbol of the civil rights movement, is that you'd have these privileged white women who just would shame on everything. There was another good movie that showed that. Oh, what was it?
Yeah, she's all over that.
It was about a housekeeper. Do you recall this? A couple of housekeepers, and one of them had found a ring because the husband was cheating.
Ooh.
And the ring was then turned into the police, and then she was falsely sent to prison for stealing it rather than...
Huh, I don't remember that.
Oh, it was really good. It had come out not too long ago.
Are you thinking of The Help?
Yes!
I didn't remember that happened to The Help.
Yeah, that was a scene. It was
Debauchery!
a subplot.
I remembered the whole poop thing in that movie.
Oh, please. She's not getting ahead.
Oh, gosh. Now she pulls a knife at this party.
Are you sure that's not a key?
And Penny's just like, oh, man. My mother's so embarrassing.
Oh, Papa Tooney, we got a loony.
Just the racism is terrible.
She's gonna end up moving out in college and leaving you in a home because you're so smothering.
Yeah.
You sick fuck. Ugh.
All these kid ones.
What's that hat on that little boy? He knows how to play 5-card Monster. She's reading Black Like Me.
So I figured out the candy that she's eating. At first I thought it was gum.
I thought it was strawberries.
It's a warhead. So it's a cinnamon.
I didn't even know
the
those
super
were that
hot
old.
cinnamon jawbreakers.
Yeah, I didn't think they were either. That's about how old I would have been in 1988.
Oh, I had that dress. when I was
Well,
little.
6-year-old Patrick, rocking it up, rocking it down.
There you go.
I don't know that I would have danced like that. But...
They did make us take swing classes in middle school, but I don't think we actually did any dancing.
We had to do square dancing in
that too.
junior high.
I love those dresses. Look at that. She's
due
wearing
for
the
a
flower
comeback.
shop. Oh, it's great.
That's so weird because I only took, after elementary school, I only took PE in 7th grade.
Oh, yeah.
And it seems like I remember the square dance guy coming more than once.
So here's the first real message of the movie is that Penny wants to bring her 2 black friends into the studio, and the cop, or he's not a cop, he's a guard, says no, they're not allowed in. So now they start chanting, and what do you know, they've started a protest outside the studio. Look at that.
So this popular song, Mashed Potatoes, Soldier Boy, Johnny Angel, Good Luck Charm, Can't Stop Loving You.
I can't stop loving you. Oh, what an outfit.
I want to say this is Rick Ocasek, but
I wonder how the ruffles got popularized.
You know, originally they were from France.
Really?
Yeah, old French dress outfit for men. They had those. Right about the time of Marie Antoinette, actually. And
I wonder why the heels never made a comeback.
Yeah, right?
And they seem practical, keeping you out of the mud, making your legs look leaner.
We're missing some very interesting things. So the security guard tells Corny there, hey, you know, we got some people protesting outside. They want in.
Why don't you let them in?
And Corny says, no, station management says this is going to be a segregated studio. We are not going to allow black people onto this show. And so what the interesting thing is that that's where we see our hero kind of putting the show behind him and wanting to join their friends outside. 2, 4, 6, 8, we've got to integrate. So Tracy is even getting into it right there on the air.
All right. Let me guess. Everybody's going to go outside and party rather than deal with these.
So even the moms are fighting
Kick her
over
ass! You can break her neck like a whippet.
Yeah. So there we go. We got all 4 of them, and we got some news there too.
All right. You can't perform if there's no audience.
I guess it's too bright in that studio if he has to wear sunglasses.
Yeah.
Ugh. Looks like the audience at somebody's wedding.
WZZT-TV. Now this guy's in a tough position because he's got to kind of pull the line of the show while this protest is going on outside. Yeah. And I think he wants the folks to come in, but he can't really do anything about it.
the slow dance with the little children.
Oh, jeez.
They must have loved Jesus. This. Yeah. That takes me back.
Yeah, there we go.
And
there's Miss Divine dressed up as the station manager.
She looks like...
She
looks like that guy that does the Down by the River thing.
Oh, yeah. Who also died quite young. Younger than that. I think he was younger than us, in fact, than me and Sasha. I don't think he was even 40 when he died.
He's a cutie.
42.
Okay. You're talking Chris Farley?
Yeah.
He's 42?
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought we were talking about
Miss Divine. No, she was saying, Chris Farley, Man Down by the River.
He died pretty young, too.
I know.
Was it the food, or did he have a drug problem?
He had a drug problem.
Mr. Belushi.
He also had a drug problem. The woman that he was with when he died thought he was doing a bit and took a picture of him.
I love how he's just drinking right there after the show. Now this is kind of cool. So now we get to see the other half of the film. In my personal opinion, I think they should have brought this in Act 2.
Mm-hmm.
Because we're starting to reach our last third of the movie.
It's nice to know that back in the day they didn't dance that differently than we do now.
Yeah, that's twerking before...
Everybody's just doing butt dance.
It's twerking before it was called twerking.
Woo! Butt dance. Butt
Now
dance.
the difference here is that these kids probably were sexually active.
Mm.
So there's a little bit more going on with them than there was with the white kids.
Well, I think the white kids were just as sexually active, to tell you the truth.
In their own
No.
way?
You don't think so?
No. Just culturally.
Huh. So what makes you think that these kids are more sexually active?
Because they're butt dancing?
Yeah, it's just it's a cultural separation. I don't know how to say it in a way that doesn't sound more racist than that.
Yeah, I don't know anything about the culture of the time, so I'm not going to even begin to guess.
I mean, it was like in England. In England, this is right before the British invasion,
right?
But in Britain, like those kids that were listening to the Beatles and stuff that was coming out then, and those kind of songs like the Skittle bands and things, they were fucking fucking. Like as far as these white kids in Baltimore, is like necking was a big deal.
Mm.
Like kiss it, deep, French kissing was a big deal. Like they.
It's
Like
still
if people found out if people found out that you went all the way, basically you were done as a woman at that time.
You were a whore.
Yeah.
Can I just say how much I love her outfit? She looks like a snow fairy.
Yeah.
That is so shiny.
Motormouth Maybelle, who was played by Queen Latifah in the
She needs a
musical
wand.
version.
And some little snowflake tassels or something.
I would have loved to go to a show like this.
Me too.
Well, it wasn't Broadway.
Oh no, it was just a dance hall where you had your DJ spinning records there in a church hall.
Now, when I saw what is it?
I went
Beatlemania Live.
It wasn't great.
It felt very much like this, even though it was. For most of the thing, people had to be sitting down because it was just packed with chairs. But there was a little bit of dancing, and it was pretty great.
There's that ruffled shirt again.
Yeah.
I do have to say, I do like the hair.
So many of these look like my grandfather's wedding pictures.
Huh.
Yeah.
And each new day finds me so blue. Oh, he's singing.
Yeah.
Nothing compares to you.
Yeah.
Oh, it takes the place of you.
Yeah, I don't think
Hey.
it's that old. Yeah, my auntie used to have those pigtails.
Everyone's falling in love with his golden voice.
He's a crooner.
Somebody's getting some tonight. Aww.
Tracy, she's just like, all right, I'm taking charge of this situation.
Yep.
We're moving
At
back
the
here.
fire door, go on. Yeah, there you go.
2 by 2.
Penny's behind him with Mother Mouth's son.
Let's see.
This is a nice reflection of the movie.
Yeah.
I could have done without the rat.
Very
but-
John Waters there with the rat in the moonlight.
And then you've got the singing hobo, which
Yeah.
doesn't make much sense to me. But...
Dude, hobo, go away. Nobody's gonna give you any money for
No, he's just singing.
Yeah, but
He
everybody's actually stops to look at him.
Yeah. They ain't got a problem with him.
Yeah. You got Larry the Cowboy, and this one is
Dude,
Alan
I'm
the
trying to get
Cowboy.
wood here. Is he gonna do something with the rat?
Barbecue.
If I was homeless and I saw
It's the president!
teenagers trying to make out, I would probably serenade them. All right, folks.
This is so romantic.
Moon
Yeah.
River, Moon River, or Muskrat Love. Yeah.
God, I hope I don't get the plague.
We had a waiter one time. He was just like the smarmiest guy. I was at a Mitzel's.
That's really strange. Our souls are black even though our skin is white.
So when you walk around barefoot all the time, that's what happens.
Seaweed?
I want a
That's
hippie.
such a hippie
I want a
name.
blonde. I want a blonde hippie whose the soles of her feet are just black as pitch.
Now it's interesting. He says we're outcasts in both black and white society. It's because they're basically dating.
Yeah.
Mixed dating.
I take it that's why it's so hot.
Well, for them, yeah. Some folks find that very
back in the day
exciting. Some people really are afraid of that.
Well, plus it's totally gonna piss off her mom.
I know that when I was dating my wife, that was a problem for the family.
Who for her family or your family?
Her family, like, even though they liked me, I wasn't Filipino, so even up until a couple of days before the wedding, the mother-in-law was trying to press, hey, there's this nice Filipino guy down here that you should meet.
Louise.
And I'm just like, come on.
Did she ever say, hey, it's not about being Filipino, hey, it's about this guy being the guy in my dreams?
And there's Pia Zadora.
Yeah, kinda. This guy is hilarious.
Yeah,
these
like the
beatniks.
hipster.
The old beatnik hideout here.
Painting
Also,
time.
how funny is it that Ned Flanders' parents are beatniks?
Yeah, well, what's
Right.
funny is that she's the girl from Santa Claus Conquers the Martians.
Really?
Yeah, the little alien girl.
Yeah, why do I know the name Ned Nederlander? Where's that from?
Nederlanda?
She's
Oh
got
no,
a
that's
cute
from
face.
Three Amigos, not The Simpsons. Sorry, that was Martin Short. That was his character.
What?
This guy is totally tripped out.
Yes, you will.
Not with that hairdo. You look like a hair hopper to
What
me.
is a hair hopper?
Your hair is really uncool.
I don't know if they made that up for this movie or not.
That's a really good question.
I don't put product in it, bitch.
With an Iron Man.
Have you ever tried to iron your hair?
No.
My cousin Loretta irons her hair.
I'd love to see how that works. I mean, it's no different than using a flat iron.
Oh, I get what you're saying.
Yeah,
Now,
but they're...
Pixie uses one of those, but I can't grow out my hair, period, because it gets mats in it when it's just too curly.
She's just absolutely hilarious.
Let's get naked and smoke.
He's like,
Does
yeah!
it mean smoke doobies or smoke? Because it's the 50s.
You don't breathe it in.
Oh yeah, don't breathe it in, you'll be addicted.
They're gonna pull the
please.
Bill Clinton. I didn't inhale.
She's reading Howl at them.
They're not hipsters, so they're probably not going to be down with getting naked.
The ancient heavenly connection.
No,
All the parents show up.
It's the parents, not the popo.
Oh yeah, with this weird psychologist.
Yeah, who's played by John Waters.
Who?
The hat that her dad's wearing.
Yeah, don't look at the spiral.
Yeah, he's a psychiatrist, right?
Well, you know what they're gonna do is they're gonna lock her in her bedroom because they think she's crazy, like a straight jacket. Yeah,
What the fuck is wrong with her mom?
a lot.
Ugh. She needs to be locked
I
up.
love you, seaweed. Shut up. Get her in the car.
It's gonna be all right, dumpling.
Ugh.
Yeah, it's tragic. I mean, it may have not come down so comedically,
I'll call you.
but those things happened all the time. Tilted Acres.
Yep.
Oh, I don't doubt it. I watched that, what do you call it? Well, that's not the first time we heard of it, but, American Horror Story Asylum.
Did you see that, Jack in the background there?
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah.
The people that are running the counter protest are all holding nooses and stuff. So they're the blacks are out protesting this amusement park, saying that it's racist, and the counter protest is all like nooses and torches and shit.
Ugh.
See, and this is what white privilege is where
Yep.
you can go where you want to go and no one's going to challenge you, and that's something that, you know, people have to learn exactly the privilege that they have in order for them to have empathy for the situation when oh geez, she totally
please,
puked.
like you weren't gonna throw it up anyway.
And
Skinny bitch.
now what's really nice is that this whole scene turns around beautifully, and Tracy realizes, hey, wait a minute, why can't these people come in?
Atta girl.
Yeah. So she turns it around pretty quick. Oh, here we go. You know, they're trying to talk him into bringing the kids in. And he says, if you don't do this, I'm going to fire you.
Yeah, I never got that whole thing. Okay. Who's bad just because they have more melanin? Nobody. Okay?
Yep.
Natural sunscreen. Who gives a shit?
You know what really depresses me about all this, Alex and Patrick, is that this is still an issue today.
Yep.
It is.
Yep.
And that's
You still
really
have counter-proud,
messed up.
the Proud Boys.
Yep.
It's just, I don't understand why this is still an issue.
The history of the Proud Boys is super bizarre, too.
Oh, yeah?
What's a Proud
So
Boy?
the Proud Boys started as an anti-masturbation movement.
What?
Actually, yes.
Good luck with that.
And it was actually started by a black DJ.
Really?
What?
And, yes, and it was
That is so weird.
And it was co-opted by by white racists. But the guy that came up with it was still sort of famous in that circle, and he didn't realize at first how racist it was.
Hey, John
And
Waters.
he had his nephew go to a meeting with a friend of his, and they were all saying to the nephew like, "Oh wow, like you must have really like escaped, the ghetto to get to this place." He's like, "No, I've lived like in the big city like my whole life." And
Goodness.
well, shoot.
Hang
I don't
on.
know what-
I'm gonna take a peek.
This is our
Yeah, we
special guest star. Seattle Fire Department is right next door. And they come and make a guest
that
appearance
sounded
every
like
now and then.
the
No, they're going in the neighborhood.
okay.
The
So-
fire station's next door.
So apologies for that. You will have heard a warning with a timestamp at the start of the show about when that noise happens, because that's a little bit worse than a siren. So don't forget to do that. To look where that.
At least
that
we
was.
don't
But
need
anyway,
to put a seizure warning.
but yeah, anyway, the Proud Boys are very racist, and yeah, that's how it began. Was a anti-masturbation.
Wow.
It was an anti. The rule was it was trying to get more like single men to actually be with women. So the rule was that if you were going to look at porn, you had to or masturbate, you had to be within 6 feet of your partner and tell them that you were going to do that.
And some people are into that, but you still should be able to have a private time.
So how did it
Your
get into...
sexuality does not revolve around your partner.
So
it just doesn't.
how did it get into what it is now?
I don't really know. I just know that I just heard that story of the guy that had created it and how pissed that he is about it too, because he's like, that was, the message that, his nephew, who was, pretty young, was getting from these white kids was that like they couldn't believe that he hadn't escaped from a black ghetto to get like where he was.
That's terrible.
But yeah, good.
So this person throws a firework.
But I don't know. It that discussion works for a John Waters commentary, I guess. I could see him doing that in a movie.
So now all of a sudden it's a riot, and the rioters have broken into the amusement park here, and it has turned into a race riot in Funtown. And this guy's
Tilted Acres, yeah.
Yeah.
I remember, so this is like around 92, 93, so right after the LA riots, and we were in school with a substitute talking about how to, what to do about a conflict and, on what levels you do it on. I'm like in 3rd or 4th grade, and and I said, well, you could riot, and what I meant to say was protest. But what came out of my mouth was riot. And, so that was a raw nerve because of the LA riots having just happened. Yeah. And man, the substitute went crazy. Like, I almost got sent to the principal's office.
Wow.
That is going to happen if people get pissed off enough about any issue, really, though.
This is...
Is that her mom?
No.
Okay. She's got the same pussy hairdo, though.
What the...
I was like, I really hope that's a stun gun.
This is very much turning into something else.
I don't think John Waters swings that way, though.
Well, hopefully this episode is going to come out in conjunction with...
what the hell is that?
Eat It and Beat It, Chris Honeywell and Dario Gonzalez's show, where they will be talking about John Waters. And if you're not listening to Eat It, and good job keeping your thighs together, Tracy, in that shot. Is it? If you're not listening to Eat It and Beat It on the True Freaks Network, it is a half food, half porn podcast. For the first half of the show, the hosts, Chris Honeywell and Dario Gonzalez, will talk about different kinds of food and their reaction to them. And in the second half, they will talk about a different kind of porn or dirty movies. They've talked about...
Oh my goodness.
They've talked about Screw Magazine.
They've talked about... a couple of ones of those, because I put it on my MP3 player for work.
Yeah, they've talked about Screw Magazine. They've talked about...
Tilted
Acres. Yeah, Tilted Acres. No,
Tilted Acres is the...
Online fetish stories. Like giant porn, that was one of the ones they talked about.
Giant porn?
Yes.
Porn about giants?
Yes, about like a giant woman and like a tiny man gets inside of her. Yeah.
Here we go. Now everybody's ironing their hair, and she's just loving it.
They all look like they're in jail.
Yes, they are in jail.
Oh,
they got arrested at the protest. That's what we just saw her getting thrown in the van.
Those were like 30s uniforms, so I was like,
she is. Oh, look, making it on the television. I love you, Tracy.
Save it for semi-conjugal visits. That's what that glass is for.
See what he's holding in his hand? A stick of dynamite and a clock.
Yeah, because they're going to put a bomb in somebody's hair.
It's okay.
Hair, hilarious.
Oh. I remember
on me again.
In the early 2000s, a bomb was discovered in there was a plot to bomb the Spokane Martin Luther King Day parade.
Oh, that's terrible.
I know, and my first thought was, this is 2004. Aren't we past this?
So you were
This is news.
Yeah.
So you weren't in Spokane anymore.
But my parents are. Jesus.
Well, you didn't hear about it when it happened.
I was going back and forth, so I'd already started my job in Seattle, but I was driving back every weekend to see my then girlfriend, now wife, Jem, and so we did a lot of politically active stuff at the time on the weekends. Nice. And that was one of them, and I'm just like, holy hell. I wish I was
a hootenanny in Harlem.
Yeah.
I just heard somebody
she just found a black guy in her daughter's bedroom. Oh my god.
Gonna make a citizen's arrest.
Now he's really lucky because he could have gotten shot.
Oh.
Big time.
Hey, Pendleton, I'm calling the cops. You're
no longer my doctor.
You're punished even after you die.
Auto leave. Show. Smothery.
1963.
So probably about 6 months have gone by because it started in 1962.
I really like these bodies of cars, even though we've updated. I wish they'd come back. That's just me, though.
Some people still have them.
You could redo the guts of the cars, but it'd be kind of neat if this stuff came back.
So this is a promotional event.
Wave your hand, touch the pearls.
I can't believe you did that.
Touch the pearls.
So he did one of those.
Just hopping around like a little troll.
He did one of those juvenile tricks I got your nose. It turned into a protest in the auto show.
He got a nose.
Amber is an asshole. That's a good one.
Yeah.
I like that one. Dressed as nuns. Stop racism.
Are you allowed to say asshole in
So it hasn't been any a couple of months, but it's
Look at that hair.
Marie Antoinette would say that's overkill.
Elf has a little door in the side.
Ugh.
This couldn't be anything more Tom and Jerry.
Who the hell is Tracy Turnblad?
Well, that's the governor right
She's
there.
an upper lower class teenager who was arrested in yesterday's protest and is currently being held at Montrose. She is a hair hopper.
Oh, what?
See, he doesn't even know.
They're all protesting at the governor's mansion.
This is a political hot potato. And I wasn't even warned.
You're gonna have to deal with it sooner or later.
Yep. Oh, they deal with it well. They do a lock-in. So they basically handcuff him and says, we'll release you once you XYZ. Release Tracy.
Okay, well, what's going on? Can you explain this?
I'm really surprised they don't kick those people off the property, but...
Yeah.
It's too
Probably didn't have the manpower to do it.
Now, this is a governor of the state, too, so...
Yes.
This is a big deal. Oh, he's... Hi, honey!
Yeah.
We have some guests.
It's gonna make it awkward to go to the bathroom.
Yeah, right? Boy, avert your hands, please.
No, kibbles a bit. No, to the left.
Twigs and berries. Yeah. So he's like, do they make keys? Look at this hairdo. I love this hairdo. It's great. She looks like she's trying so hard to balance that on her head, too. I love how the station's just called Bzzzt.
Yeah.
Oh, this guy. He looks very Hitler right now.
He does.
All he has to do is have a little mustache and you got a fat Hitler. And everyone's cheering Tracy.
Technically the winner is Miss Tracy Turnblad.
Yay! And they're all happy about that.
Except
But she got arrested. Look at this guy struggling to stand up. Even the warden kissed Tracy. That's cute.
Yeah. She was played by...
Quiet. Shut up or we're going off the air.
Yeah.
Listen to this guy.
Judges found her ineligible.
Boo!
Now we have WZZT, the winner, Miss Auto Show 1963, Amber Von Tussle.
You know, this is very inappropriate for an owner to hog the show and basically take over the role as presenter.
Yeah, well,
I mean,
his presenter wasn't doing what he wanted him to do.
I guess he's the owner. He can do what he wants. It's his show.
Your looks are going to go down the toilet pretty
Hey, it's
quick.
the car that Homer Simpson
I know.
designed.
It probably makes the
have that.
Jetsons noise when you drive it, too.
Look at this
You
ugly
ruined
little
my
car.
company! Actually, that is Cousin It's car, isn't it?
Kind of like Cousin It's car, not the same size.
Bobby!
Yeah.
I wonder if she's pedaling down there. Why are they kissing him?
Goodness.
Good thing there's an adult monitoring this.
I was like, yeah, she looks like she's 15.
Well, Amber, like it or not, you're officially Miss Auto Show 1963.
And nobody fucking likes you. Dedicated to that loser.
Yeah. Who's she gonna dance with? Her boyfriend's got broken legs, so... And kinda is not her boyfriend anymore, so...
The
Roach.
Oh, you whore.
Oh,
Let
she
me
is
get
so
my
angry.
match!
So angry. This is where I don't like television distortion, because Tracy's gonna get out, and she makes it down to that studio in time to do a response dance.
So it's kind of like that Bring It On bullshit.
Yeah,
But
it's very
retro.
much. It has a Bring It On ending.
Yeah.
With the explosion. Though I do have to say
There was
that,
an explosion at the end of Bring It On?
no,
I didn't think...
no.
I didn't even watch it, but still.
It's silly. I actually have the movie.
Do you?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yay!
wow. Bring it on!
Whee!
Hey, Tracy made it out! Yay!
And she had time to do her hair.
Oh, she did her
They showed
hair.
her doing her hair. They showed her getting it ironed.
Yeah. And she's doing her own version of the roach.
Woo! Let's march to town, alright! It's gonna be murder in these heels, though. Damn.
Not every day you get the governor to send the state patrol an escort for you to go down to the television show. Even the cops doing it.
Bosh.
Kill that roach.
Why are they even doing her song since she made fun of her with it?
Because television.
Well, this was before We Are the Champions, so...
No, this isn't the final dance.
Does
I'm wrong.
I wonder if the reason Divine's got that black bar there is because, or that black bow there like that, is because you could see where the fake boobs were attached.
Now, I thought it was fake fur, but I'm not that close to her boobs, so I can't see it.
So Tracy's back to take back what is hers. She is Miss Auto Show 1963, and she will have that crown.
That hair is fucking ugly.
What a princess.
Mm.
Oh, yeah.
Let's tongue bang in front of her.
She's trying to get the bomb out of her hair.
Yeah, and I hope she blows off
Baltimore, you are
off
seeing
screen.
history being made today.
Yay!
White and black together for the first time on local TV.
Who
And that
can
was
say
a
no
big
to
thing.
nuns?
Yeah.
Yeah.
In
go
fact,
for
the
it.
first interracial kiss on television was Star Trek.
Oh,
With
really?
Uhura and Kirk.
Oh, that's cute.
But was it the first supervisor-employee kiss on television?
Yeah.
Yeah, probably almost
That's-
definitely not. Yeah.
Also, yeah.
No, Mommy, no.
You're a spoiled
Oh, that's
brat.
a great outfit.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Ooh. Did she know this was gonna happen? That's kind of convenient. Don't
I
you
think that the sponsor was just on it.
Yeah.
La, 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 la. This is also a dress more appropriately to be worn by Divine.
Don't hurt me, please.
Gun's just kind of her thing.
There's so much fear in that. It's just... What are you afraid of?
Looking inside yourself and finding nothing with somebody this shallow, you know? Your looks are gonna fade. You're gonna find out eventually that you had nothing. You're talented at nothing but looking good, and once that's gone, you're pretty well fucked.
Yeah. Alright, here we go, Ricky. Let's see the bug.
Woo!
Everybody's jumping and moving.
Ha! His knees are okay now.
Yep.
Also, it's kind of hard to move in a skirt that long.
Everybody's getting the bug. It's called scabies, actually.
Ugh!
Here, have some scabies.
Ah!
Ha!
You're lucky I don't whip that pussy wig off your face.
There we go. Now
Josh
everybody's...
Charles.
Except, why is he sticking his hand in his... Look at that! I wonder if that was improv by the actor there.
Dude, don't spray bug spray on them. That's lethal. Great, now everybody has to take a shower.
It was itching powder, not bug spray.
Ugh. Ugh. Let's hope.
Oh, and her bomb goes off. And,
She'd die.
yeah,
No.
she would totally die. But just her hair died.
In the punch bowl.
Oh, it's hair
no.
dye! Look
Yeah.
at that! Haha.
That's pretty good. Please tell me she goes to jail. Yeah! Alright! Justice!
Justice, drag them away. But they were willing to kill people.
Yeah.
To get their way. That's the terrifying thing, is that this mother was willing to murder people.
Yep.
So her daughter could have her crown at the auto show.
Your daughter's going to go live with some unidentified cousin out in the sticks, or she's going to become a ward of the state, and she's not going to get her way ever again. The end.
So, but Tracy, it's a happy ending here.
Yay!
Let's dance.
Woo!
And
Awesome.
Yeah.
That was Hairspray.
Sonny Bono.
I'm sad they didn't
Was
use
Franklin?
John Waters more.
Motormouth was Ruth Brown.
Well, in the musical version of it, it's all that John Waters does is he's the flasher as she walks to school.
Oh, God. Huge, ugly hair.
Well, this movie was a parody of itself, too.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what makes it a cult classic.
And we want to thank, this is the last Shore Leave episode. So you'll be back with us on Libsyn at Next Generation's First Generation.
Yeah.
Listening to our Star Trek coverage. We hope we'll see you on Two True Freaks next summer. And I want to give a big thanks to Chris Honeywell and Scott Gardner for hosting us for the summer. And you should check out their show, Star Trek Monthly Monday, which is not monthly right now, but when it is, it's great. They're covering both The Next Generation and the original series. Alan Wendell is the owner of the...
We got distracted by the credits.
Again, other great shows. Eat It and Beat It. Jag-Eyes and Jedis.
What was that one about food and porn?
That's Eat It and Beat It.
Eat It and Beat It.
And you can hear me occasionally on Weekly Heroics with Scott Gardner Scott McGregor and Chris Tyler, who have the same names as the first names as the Freaks, but different last names. Well, we're all freaks over there. I've been on Jag-Eyes and Jedis a couple of times. They read my stuff occasionally. I also am on Letterboxd as Kent Kentley, and if you want to hear me read kids' books on YouTube, I'm also on there as Kent Kentley. Do you have any kind of an internet presence other than this show, Sasha?
No, not whatsoever. You can primarily find our content on YouTube, Next Generation's First Generation, iTunes with the same name, Next Generation's First Generation, and our Facebook page, where if you don't see episodes of this show, you'll see hilarious memes. So that's about it. We'd like to thank you very much for joining.
Thanks, Alex, for being here. You've got a blog of some sort, don't you?
Yes, I do. I have two, actually. Muffinelf.deviantart.com. That has my X-Men Evolution comics on it. And my roleplay account is let's-tmt-topside- let's not do that last _.tumblr.com. That's just for roleplay account. I do it for free. It's for fun.
All right.
And our, if you want to write to us about any of the movies we've covered, our email address is nextgenfirstgenpod@gmail.com. And again, thank you to the Two True Freaks for hosting us, and we will see you next summer.
And have a wonderful day.
Why am I interviewing you guys?
So you're the guest.
So Sasha, what does Star Trek
Hi,
Next
I'm the
Generation?
guest.
So, Sasha, what is Star Trek?
We're on shore leave between Season 1 and Season 2, and there's a lot coming on down the line. Seek us out at Next Generation's First Generation at iTunes, Google Play, and YouTube. Music credits include Electric Car by Poddington Bear, Broke for Free, As Colorful as Ever. Music heard in this podcast can be found at freemusicarchive.org. Audio engineering by Sasha Shouties. Chief Meme Maker and episode cover credit goes to Matthew Kirshner. Logo and graphic art design credit goes to David Clawwitter. Special thanks to Patrick Delmore for working with other podcasts to make sure the good word gets out.
Do you have a podcast that you think people should be listening to? Send us your promos and we'll play them on the show. If you'd like to email the show, you can email us at nextgenfirstgenpod@gmail.com. I've been Patrick Delmore.
And this is Sasha Shouties. Thank you very much for listening and have a wonderful day.
Good night. Coming November 21st, 2018, Next Generation's First Generation returns to look back 30 years ago to the day with the second season of Star Trek The Next Generation. Patrick and Sasha share their perspectives as children in the 80s in contrast to our older cynical selves. Tropes, social commentary, and shade-throwing is all fair game.
Join Next Generation's First Generation for this watch-along podcast and figure out what the heck is going on as we continue on this 7-year mission. Episodes will be released on the 30th anniversary of the original airing. Find it on iTunes, Google Play, Spotify, and Libsyn, and also explore Season 1 and our Shore Leave movie commentaries while you're at it. Again, that's Next Generation's First Generation at iTunes, Libsyn, Spotify, and Google Play. Next Generation's First Generation.